Hello, welcome to A&P2. This is Susan Carboni, and I'm going to use this vodcast to go over the syllabus and to show you what you have on the A&P2 eraser site. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over here to the left and click on the syllabus page. There are two files under here. This top syllabus page will tell you what we're going to cover and my course policies, how I'm going to determine your grade. This second file is the order of lectures and the dates for the exams. So let's look at the syllabus first. I'm going to open in a new window. The top part of this syllabus has my email address where you'll want to contact me, scarboni@cmcc.edu. It has my campus voicemail number. I communicate by email far more often than I do by voicemail. And if you would like to come visit me, my office is in J523. The directions on how to get to my office are on the front eraser page, the main page. So this is the spring semester, and we will be meeting in K103 from 12:30 to 1:55. I'll let you read over the course description yourself, but I do want to point out that there is a prerequisite for this course and a co-requisite. The prerequisite is that you have received a C or better in Bio 115 or A&P1, lecture and lab, so Bio 115, 116, and the co-requisite is the lab section, which is Bio 118. So if you haven't registered for a lab section, please make sure that you do so. So we will have 43.5 hours together in class. I expect you to work at least twice that outside on your own. So the total minimum time requirements for this class is about 135 hours. The course objectives are some very brief objectives for what I expect you to learn from each chapter. There are far more detailed objectives on the eraser page, and I'll show you where those are. The topical outline of instruction, these are the chapters that we will be covering in this semester. The requirements: the student will attend and participate in class, and mostly participate means stay awake, pay attention, answer the clicker questions when we do them. That's about all I can ask. I will also expect you to complete all chapter tests, the quizzes, class assignments, and final exam. Also, I have started this semester, you will be required to do homework. So that would come under class assignments, and the homework will be done on mastering A&P just like last semester. You will need to access the CM Connect site where you find this podcast. And there are many learning tools there, and you can also see the assignments in the coursework page. And this fourth bullet just requires that you have a C or better in A&P1. So this is how I will calculate your final grade. The average of the 5 exams is 65%. That should indicate to you that doing well in the exams is very important. The average of your quizzes will be 10% of your grade. The average, not the average, but your final exam will be 10% of your grade, and then the mastering homework that you do will be 10%. There will also be one writing assignment towards the end of the class, and that will be 5% of your grade. So everything you do in this class will have a numerical score. This section, the grade scale, will convert that numerical score into a letter grade for you. Now on the day of exams, mostly, if you do not show up for that exam, I will expect that you have an excused absence. You need to communicate that to me around the time of the exam, and you can do that best by using my email address, scarboni@cmcc.edu. You may also call my voicemail, that's 755-5304. And you will have to indicate to me when you're planning on making it up. Preferably before or after class on Mondays and Wednesdays is the best time to do that. There is a sign-up sheet that you will need to register on if you're making up an exam. That sign-up sheet can be found across from my office door in Jalbert Hall 523, second floor of Jalbert. Across from my office door is a bulletin board, and on that bulletin board you will find a place where you can sign up, either to come talk to me for any reason, or if you need to make something up. I don't expect you to miss more than one exam during a semester. I don't expect you to miss any, actually. And if you do miss class, you are responsible for viewing the vodcasts that are available to you on the Eraser site. And when we get to the Eraser site, I will show you where to find those. I have a pretty hard and fast cell phone policy. I want everybody's phones off, and there is no texting in lecture unless you're awaiting an emergency. There's still no texting, but if you need to have your phones on, please have them on vibrate, and please answer them outside the lecture hall. Also, if I find anybody with their cell phones out during an exam, I will fail you for that exam. Okay, and in terms of my policy associated with missing quizzes or the quiz deadlines, they're all going to be taken on the Eraser site. I will let each of you in to one quiz if you miss the deadline. I have posted possible office hours. My office hours are all by appointment, and you can sign up for those again on that sign-up sheet across from my office door. And you also can talk to me in class about wanting to sit down with me. There will be tutoring hours available again this semester. I believe they're going to be on Monday, but I'll update you on that once I have had a conversation with the tutor. If you would like to request accommodations while taking exams or need additional time on quizzes, I can accommodate you. We have a new disabilities coordinator. Her name is Jen Lyons. You can find her in the Academic Affairs office, and this is her email address, and this is her phone number. Now, I'll let you read the affirmative action statement. The last statement here talks about academic honesty, and what that is getting to is not cheating. So on the days of exams, I expect you to do your own work and not use any information that you get from a student sitting near you. The textbook is the same textbook we used in A&P 1, and that hopefully you already have access to the A&P mastering site, rather, to do your mastering homework. All right, so I do believe that is all I want to cover in the syllabus. So I will just minimize that. Go back to the Eraser page and go to the main page. When you're working in Eraser, it's best that you use the breadcrumbs that are up here in this line. If you use this back button in a lot of the areas of Eraser, it will kick you out. Now I'm just going to switch this to the student mode so it will look more like when you view the page. Okay, so I've already pointed out to you where the syllabus can be found. What I recommend you do before lecture is that you print out the outlines, just the text from the PowerPoint slides that I'm going to use. You have the pictures in your book. I recommend that you bring your book to class, and so you can follow along with the outlines, and I will just open one up so you can see what it looks like. So we'll have all the text from the first section of Chapter 15. And I do believe there's actually 4 sections of Chapter 15. It's a relatively long chapter. So you may follow along with these printouts, and this can be the skeleton for a really good study guide. If you take notes on things that I've talked about, the details that are not in this file, then you will have something very meaningful to study while you are preparing for the exam. Okay, so back to the Eraser page again. So those are the outlines for the PowerPoint presentations. I also give you the slides, 6 per page. Just open that up so you can see what that looks like. And the slides actually have the pictures in them, but they're quite small because I've put 6 slides per page. So this will be the first lecture that we start with, and you can see that there's 6 per page. If that's useful to you and you would rather have those, that's fine. It will probably take you more paper to print those out. We'll minimize that and go back to the main page. So you have available to you vodcasts of all of my lectures. These are up on YouTube, so if you click on the link to 15A Vodcast, it will start playing. Welcome back, everyone. And I've stopped it. I hope everyone had a good holiday season. Okay, so there's one for every lecture that I would give in class. So if you miss a lecture, or if you think you've missed parts of a lecture, they are an hour and a half long. You may doze off and you may just not be concentrating, so you have those available to you at any time. Okay, nice. There we go. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back to the main page and see what we have next. Coursework. This is where you will go to take your quizzes. You can also find out what you've done on quizzes. So this is telling you at the top of the page that the first couple of assignments that you have done are your mastering homework and quiz number 1. So mastering homework on chapter 15 is due by Sunday, February 2nd by 11 p.m. and the quiz on chapter 15 is due the same time. I highly recommend that you work on your homework first. First, I recommend that you read the chapter, come to lecture, work on your homework, and then take the quiz. And that will tell you where you are. All of the other assignments are here as well, so you have all of the exam links. This is where you can go to find out what you got on the exam, or you can go to the grade book, the final exam. I may actually reorder this now that I see the order of the assignments. Your mastering is going to be done, your homework, on this mastering site. It's not done on Eraser, so I just give you that little link there if you forget. If you come here and you don't remember that you should go to Mastering MP, you can link to it there, and I've just clicked on that. So this is what the mastering site looks like. You should already have an account. In order to set up your account and add a course, you should be able to go into, let me just sign in and show you where you should look for. My sign-in might be different than yours. And the site's going to look a little different than it does for you, but you should be able to sign in on your old account, and then up here under My Courses, you should be able to add a course. This may look a little different, but there might be something to click on here for you that says add a course, and the course ID, which you can also find in right on the Eraser page, is Bio 117 K103 Carboni. Okay. All right. So I'm going to minimize that and see if I can't get back to the Eraser page. Interesting. No, the answer is no, I can't. All right, just be patient for a minute. Maybe if I do that from here. All right, I'm just going to sign on again. And go to Bio 117. Okay, so we're back in the Bio 117 classroom. We have gone over everything up to chapter objectives. In preparing for exams, you're going to want to know what you should know. So there is a file that will tell you what you need to know for each chapter. So we'll just open the one for chapter 15, and it starts with eye and vision. So you're going to want to be able to describe the structure and function of accessory eye structures, eye layers, the lens, and the humors of the eye. And I won't read them all to you, but if you prepare answers and learn the answers to all of these objectives, you should do amazingly well on the exam. All right, we've already looked at the coursework page. Let's look at the grade book. You can always see what your grade is. There isn't anything entered at this point, so you will not find anything. And once again, I am on faculty and I want to be on students. Okay, so it'll look more like this when you go on there. And there aren't any grades inserted in there, but you can see what you get. When you're working on the mastering, you'll get a numerical score. I will manually enter those mastering scores on the day of an exam. I'll take whatever chapters that are in that exam. Okay, under collaboration, you can email me. You can also, we're not going to be using the forum sections here, but if you go under course mates, you'll see all of the individuals taking the course. And if you want to email me, this is me with my Newfie Luna. You will click on that, and then you would go down to the bottom, and you might want to email other people in the class. And you can go all the way down here and email selected members. It will open up email field, and you can type in your email. Okay, so that's what's under collaboration. We're not going to use the forums or the chat. I will be building this page right here, useful videos and useful websites, as the course proceeds. All right, let's go back to the main page. There are a couple of other things I can mention to you. Let's go back to here. You will be required to use the student response clickers that you used last semester. If you are new to my section of A&P from another school, you will need to buy that student response clicker. You can find them in the bookstore. To register the clicker, which I do not believe you have to do if it's already registered from last semester, you would click here in the information on how to register it. I don't want you to use your student, the number that begins with 2, your student ID number. I want you to use your first name, middle initial, and last name when you're registering your clicker. And please bring your clicker to the first class. Here are the instructions on how to get to my office. I'll let you read them if you need to find me. Here are the instructions for adding that Bio 117 homework site on Mastering A&P. This is a live link. That's a live link. And this is the course ID number that you will need. Here are some interesting bookmarks. There's some websites and videos. And what I will be doing is moving those under useful websites or videos, whichever one is appropriate. So I wish you well in the semester. It's a challenging course. Please keep on track, and please let me know if I can help you in any way.